What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Coffee with Dudes. We actually have coffee this time. We're recording in
Let's
the
go.
morning, and I
Let's
think we'll
go.
probably be recording in the morning going forward, for the most part. But what are you drinking? What do you got in your cup today?
Just black, man. Straight black. It's I think it's I want to say it's a medium roast, just standard Starbucks.
Okay,
Just for me. What do you got?
classic. So we got an espresso, and this is a vanilla French, like a kind of like a French vanilla,
Oh,
but it's
nice.
black. It's like a black coffee, but it's flavored vanilla.
Just like hints of
So
vanilla in it. It's not like you're pouring creamer in it or nothing, right?
no, no, it's so good. I like the coffee that I actually really like the flavored stuff. I don't
Yeah.
know, I love chocolate. We have like a peppermint one that's
Ah,
fantastic. That's one of our favorites. A God, what is it? It's maple. There's a maple one that's fantastic,
that
and you
sounds
can
delicious.
smell it from the bedroom.
Yeah. Yeah. Once it's brewing, you're just like, let's
Yeah.
go.
Weird, but it's good. It's nice to be back. We've had a few solos here over the course of the last month, and we're going to try to get back into the cadence of both being on the pod here as much as we can. And today we got a good topic. So we were just talking about. I recently listened to the audiobook "Unfuck Yourself." It's like a 3-hour audiobook. You can get it on Spotify. I'm sure Apple Music. I don't know, or Apple Podcast maybe. I'm not sure what the Apple audiobook situation is, but it's a very good audiobook. And one of the things that we were talking about is expectations. So one of the things that the author talks about in that book is expecting nothing and accepting everything, and how like the gap between our expectations for like how like our life should go, how our fat loss journey should go, how other people should act, how the day needs to go in reality is what the frustration we create. I don't know if I'm sure you've experienced this a lot. Like I tend to, I think, have these like underlying expectations for how other people should follow through on things, especially, and like that other people should have the same like quality and like same like values as me, and like that's just not always the case, and then I get frustrated when it's not on them. Like that's just who they are. That's just like I don't know what's going on with them. That's on me. That's on my expectations. And if we can like expect nothing from other people and expect like just take on reality as it comes and solve those problems, we'll be a lot happier. And so what do you think on that topic there? I know you said you were thinking about this as well recently.
Yeah, like you brought it up, and I was just like, man, it just sparked. Like, I think about it. It's one of those constant things that just goes, it ebbs and flows with me too. And it's like you have to remind yourself of exactly what you were talking about. It's almost like the less expectations you have from other people or situations or scenarios, the better off you'll be, the better mind state you'll be in. And we were talking right before we jumped on this, that's also easier said than done too, right? So it's like putting yourself, it's like how often can you remind yourself, assuming that you're not already in that awesome, beautiful, amazing mindset that is, expects zero from things and people. That's very tough. But if you could put yourself there, I know, for me personally, I think of it, I was trying to think of like, where does this stem from? Where does it stem from that we automatically expect things from other people, and if it falls short, situations, circumstances, people, that we like get frustrated, and we like where does that come from? And for me, I think the first thing that it comes from is we both grew up playing ball, right? We both played sports, so like we had to rely on the person to our left and to our right. Like we didn't play like individual sports. Like we did golf for like fun, but even then there's teams in that too. But like baseball and football for us was just like, dude, you have to put your trust in somebody else. You have to expect greatness from somebody else that's right next to you. You have to expect a certain standard. Now, do we always live up to that? Of course not. But like that expectation, I think, is automatically there because in sports, I'm thinking like if I can rely on my teammates to do something, then I don't have to worry about it because I'm expecting them to do their job. So that allows me to do my job. And so that means that we're going to cohesively work together. And so I think that could be what it stems from for us, because I'm like, it had to have been something that was ingrained like really young, to where right now my default still is like, oh, I expect stuff from other people, not like them giving me stuff, but I expect them to perform a certain way or to do a certain thing or follow through on something. And like when they don't, I can't help but have that natural feeling of like, damn, like, or feeling let down or frustrated, right? So like,
Yeah.
yeah, man, I don't know. Like,
That's a good thought too. I didn't even think about that where sports and you think about with any team you're on, like you have different expectation levels for the different teammates, right? It's like you kind of there's generally speaking on teams like some sort of weak link, like a position where you're like, God, like we don't know, like worst comes to worst, ninth inning, like is this
when they come
person
up,
going to field the ground ball, right? Is he going to be able to make that play, right? So
yeah.
like there's different levels of expectation.
Mhm.
I even think about, how um, we like somebody could perform so well or like in my current job, like there's a lot of things outside of my control to where like I'm selling services to where it's like, oh, like we're selling a paint job to an apartment complex, and like the quality of that paint job is out of my control. Like I can preach all day that it's going to be like, oh yeah, we have great quality, like if it's off we're going to come back and fix it. If that worker doing the paint job does a poor job, like I can't control that, right?
Yeah.
But I like that's kind of where I've been thinking about it, where it's like, okay, like if they do a bad job, like I can just go and try to remedy things. Hey, we're going to send them back, like blah blah blah. But if that continues to happen, then we're going to lose the business, and
Right.
that can be frustrating. But there could be that same person who does like a great job 10, 15 times. They do a bad job once, and we think about those
Right.
that right? We don't think about the 15, 20, 30 times that you know Brian fielded the ground ball perfect before he had that error. It's like, oh fuck, like ninth inning, it went right through his legs. That guy scored the game winning run. Like, it's like
Yeah.
not that we do that, like I didn't do
Right.
that, but it's like it's easy to do that because you like have the expectation, I think a lot of us, of perfection when that's just not even possible. So like this frame is so hard to do, but it seems like if you can unlock it, that it just creates a lot more like peace of mind,
Mhm.
so to speak. And then you're not wasting time being frustrated. You're spending that time solving the problem in front of you.
Oh, that's such a good point, man. That's such a good point, right? You're not dwelling on what happened, what didn't happen, who let you down, who made the mistake, what caused it, right? Like, and it's like, think about how much energy and brain bandwidth that we're spending thinking that way and doing that and how detrimental it is. It's like we've already dug this hole. We're just basically burying ourselves even deeper by doing that versus going, okay, I'm in this hole now, regardless of whatever the situation is. What's my first step to getting back out of it? Or what's my step to the first solution versus, taking our bandwidth and using it towards something that's productive. And the way I think it's like, what's your buffer period? Like I remember yesterday, and I'm trying to work on this personally too. And this is kind of related to this as well. It's like, I found myself not necessarily getting like mad or like things like that, but like if there's certain topics that we're talking about and like all of a sudden, I feel like I elevate my voice a little bit more and like it like I'm more like engaged with it and like my opinion's super strong and I feel like I'm speaking from an emotional standpoint versus just going like, and then once the dust settles and I come back down and go, well, how's I even upset about that? And for me it's like that emotional control. I think everybody experiences like these, what's your buffer period from when Brian boots the ball to going like, hey, let me go pat him on the ass right now because yeah, we lost the game, but and season's not over. We got another game coming up and he's going to have to flush this as quick as possible. So how can I help him do that? So like how quick is that turnaround time? How quick is the turnaround time for me if I'm emotionally in a state where I'm saying things I shouldn't say, I'm believing things I shouldn't believe? Like what's that buffer period of just sitting back and realizing and going, oh yeah, dude, none of that stuff matters. Like chill, like quit expecting, like we're talking about, quit expecting things from other people. You're only letting yourself down. We're really only setting ourselves up for failure by doing it. Right.
Yeah.
Like, and that's the tough part, man. That's the tough part.
Yeah. No, I think it's good. It's like it provokes a lot of thought. And I think for a lot of people, if you're going at like a fitness goal, like, plenty of people who probably watch this podcast are, it goes down to, it's like people have this expectation, and I know I did with certain fitness goals, that it's just going to be like a perfect straight line from where you're at to your goal, of losing 20 pounds or whatever it is. And it's just, it never is going to be that way. There's going to be obstacles get thrown your way. And if you know that like it's just going to be a shit show throughout it, and you're going to take one step forward, two steps back, or two steps forward, one step back, and you're just going to continue to like make progress, and you have expectations of just being like doing whatever you can each day to move forward, then you're going to set yourself up for success. And that goes for anything, right? Any goal you're going at, like it's never going to be easy. You know, it's always going to be tough because you have to change to achieve these goals. And so just do your best every single day to do like one thing to get you closer. And before you know it, if you don't get phased by those obstacles, you're going to achieve that goal. Now it might not be next week or a month, but it's going to be eventually. Yeah. And the thing is like, we don't need to achieve these goals tomorrow. Like we're hopefully going to be here for a while. You know, you won't even think about the fact that it took you a year instead of like 3 months to achieve it. You're just going to be happy that you got there.
Yeah. It's almost like the quicker you smash like this honeymoon phase of like things going to be all super smooth in your fitness journey. Like I think the better off you're going to be, the better you're going to do. The second, like somebody is like, has you sign up for a program and they're making all these like, you know, half fulfilled promises that it's going to be amazing for you. It's just like, look at the reality of it, how tough it's going to be, why people aren't walking around super fit, healthy, in shape. It's like, because it's hard, it's tough, it's not easy. And so the second you can like accept that and be like, okay, I'm bought into that. And so now I understand it's not just this beautiful paved road that I'm going to be able to just, you know, moonwalk down and get super fit. Cool. What's the first hurdle that I can continue to work through and keep my mind positive through? And, you know, what's the first step? And so I think it gets you in the right driver's seat versus just going like, well, fingers crossed and hope everything goes smooth. It's like, everything's not going to be smooth. It's going to be tough. You're going to be challenged. This isn't just because it's a new venture. It's a new journey. You've experienced hurdles in doing other things. It's no different. So no matter what you're pursuing, there's going to be those like, man, I'm going to have to jump through some hoops to be able to do this. I'm going to scrape my knees. I'm going to scratch and claw. But what can I do that's in my control right now? Like you were talking about, very solution oriented. Like, okay, cool. I just got invited to go to a work lunch and I had my meal prep. Like, what can I do here? Versus like, dang it, this is derailing me. I was expecting people not to invite me. Like, you know, some people are in that mindset where they're like, it's going to be all super smooth. And it's just like, I think the more we expect the road to be rocky, the easier it actually becomes.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. So he's like, expect it to be bumpy, man. Expect people to follow through on things. Like expect that stuff to happen. And then when it does, you don't get blindsided by it. You're more so like, okay, I knew that was going to happen. Maybe not that specific scenario, but I'm already in a solution oriented mindset because I didn't get blindsided by it. I already knew stuff was going to happen like that. I'm already thinking about, okay, how do I resolve this? How do I pick up this slack? How do I, make this better? And so it just puts you in a better mindset to, it's almost like, if you're going to the plate and you're thinking like off speed the whole time, and then all of a sudden here comes the fastball, right? You're super late. So it's just like, okay, look for the fastball, adjust everything else. It's kind of like that mindset of like prep for the worst. And then everything else is kind of just like, oh yeah, okay, I was expecting that to happen. It's cool. It's good. But if you're not prepped, it feels like it's coming quick, right?
Yeah, I couldn't agree more, man. And this is I don't got too much more to add to this. I think we got a good one here, and hopefully you guys enjoyed this podcast. I know I did. Great topic, good reminder. If you did, like, this is a really good one you could share with somebody, friend, family member, coworker, help them out. The more that we can get this out, I feel like the happier people are going to be, because you're just not spending so much time like frustrated from expectations that aren't lived up to. So hope you guys enjoy this. Appreciate you guys watching and listening every single week, and we'll be talking to you soon.